Hello students, how you all are? I hope you all will be fine. Today we will be starting we will be continuing from the previous video that we started about the chapter nouns case. And in the previous video we have discussed about the cases in which a noun is used. Nominative case and objective case we have already discussed. Nominative case, again I am doing a quick recall. When a noun is used as a subject, suppose that if I say Ramesh is writing maths, so if I have to know what is the subject here, we will ask who is writing maths, who is doing maths, and the answer is coming Ramesh. So Ramesh is the nominative case. So subject. And objective case, where the noun is acting as an object, and in that object we have to whether noun is acting as an object or not, we have to ask the question to the verb by adding what. Suppose that if I say that he is writing maths, so if I am asking what is he writing, and the answer is coming maths. So whatever the answer is coming by questioning what, and the answer that we get is called objective case, that is object, and that will be called objective case. Then objective case was of two types, direct object and indirect object. The direct answer that we get from by questioning what, that is called direct object, and whatever things is being told about that direct object is which object is used, that is called indirect object. These things we have discussed. Third is possessive case. Possessive case is something possessive, again we all know possessive is the word that is made of the word possession, and possession means someone's ownership, someone's right, that this is my pen, this I am showing the ownership na, this is my pen, or this is my house, this is their class, there. So the word which is showing the right, someone's right or possession, that is called possessive case. So possessive, that is called possessive case, and it shows the ownership. Suppose that example, Meena's dress, this is Meena's dress, or that person lives in the king's palace, or Milton's poem are very nice, so Milton's poem. This is the possession being shown about poem. Whose poem? Milton's poem. Whose palace? King's palace. Whose dress? Meena's dress. Anybody's possession or right is being shown, that is called ownership. And see here these are the nouns. Meena's dress. So Meena is a noun, and it is used as a possession. It is showing the possession of the dress. So it is used here as a possessive case. King's palace. Noun is king, but it is showing the possession of the word palace. Whose palace? The right of the ownership of palace. Whose palace is this? Whose ownership is this? King's palace. Here Milton's poem. The right, the ownership of the poem. Whose poem? Milton's poem. So this is telling about the ownership. So now we will be studying about the formation of possessives, how the possessive nouns are formed. These were the examples, but there are certain other situations, in different situations, how the possessive nouns are formed. When there is a singular noun, suppose that if it is here Meena is a singular noun, we wrote Meena's dress. King is a singular noun, we wrote King's palace. Milton is a singular noun, we wrote Milton's poem. When it is a singular noun, then we will be just adding. Adding means plus means adding. What we will add? Apostrophe s. This one. Suppose that here Meena is singular noun, and we added apostrophe s. King's palace, Milton's poem, we added na. So in singular noun we will. It is very simple thing and very common thing. Everybody knows it. Apostrophe s. Plural nouns ending with s. So plural noun which ending with s are, suppose that I am telling you, plural noun that are ending with s are, suppose that if I say the nurses' uniforms, nurses plural noun, and uniform. So nurses, it's a plural noun, so we will not add again s to it, because s is already mentioned here. Only we will add only apostrophe comma. S we will not add, but here we have to add s. But when the noun is plural, nurses, so we have to add only an apostrophe comma. Or if I say teachers hostel, teachers is again a plural, so we will only say teachers, we will write teachers hostel, and we will just put a apostrophe comma here. We will not put again s, because it is already plural and s is mentioned. So this is the second rule. Third, plural noun not ending with s. Some plural nouns are there which do not end with s. Suppose that if I say children, so we will write children, and because children is a plural noun, it is not ending with s. Here we can add s. We have to write children's book, isn't it? Or if I say women. Remember, WOMEN it is written. It is not written WOMAN. WOMEN, women, it is a plural noun. So here we will be adding apostrophe as women's gym, isn't it? So those nouns which are plural and they are not ending with s. See here, it is not ending with s. In last it is n. So which are not ending with s, we will add apostrophe s. Now fourth, apostrophe s is used with living beings, not non-living objects. Only with living things. Mina's dress, Mina is a living being. King's palace, King is a living being. Milton's poem, Milton is a living being. So whichever living beings are there, we only use apostrophe s. We cannot use the apostrophe s before a non-living being. We cannot say chair's leg. This thing is gone. Or we cannot say the bed's bed sheet. It is again wrong. So we have to keep it in mind. Fifth is when an object is personified. If any object is there, any non-living thing is there, but it is used, it is told as a person. Suppose that if I say the school's progress is the best in this year. Now here school is a non-living being, but here school is we are telling school about such as a person is acting. Suppose that if I say the company's balance sheet is very nice. The company's balance sheet is showing very nice performance of the company. Company's balance sheet. Also, although company is a non-living being, but I am telling company as a living thing. I am personifying it. So when it is personified, then again we will use apostrophe s. Sixth is nouns denoting space, time, weight. Suppose that if I am telling about time, so we will say a day's stay. Day is again a non-living thing, but it is showing a time, a day's stay. Then weight means any measurement, a meter's length. So any time, space, weight, if it is mentioned, we will again use apostrophe s. So that's all for today, and some exercises are there. You do it in the I have sent you do it, and some homework is there in the book. I have marked it. You do it by yourself in your copy and send it by tomorrow before 2 o'clock. Thank you and have a wonderful day.